I think he should look in the mirror and ask himself the same question, because it's like, what have you done? Even the guys you knocked out, they all been on a weight clause, weight drain.
The beef between Tank and Terence Crawford has been building for a while now, and it's getting more intense with each passing day. With all the words these two have been throwing at each other, fans are now speculating of a possible fight between the two. However, it seems we might even get some action outside the ring, as Tank has recently made things more personal in one of the verbal jabs to Crawford. Tank involved his kids and wife.
If Earl fight him today, next week, next month, Earl will knock him out.
How good is Terence Crawford?
Terence Crawford is good, but he's not what people make him seem. Not.
Which, well, according to many, Shakur Stevenson included, this is just a far stretch. Davis didn't take kindly to being left out of the glamorous event. He voiced his frustration on social media, making it clear that he felt disrespected by the snub. According to some insiders, this exclusion wasn't accidental. It was reportedly a strategic decision by the event organizers, possibly to focus on fighters who had achieved specific milestones over the past year. Whether deliberate or not, Davis saw it as a slight, and he wasn't shy about letting his followers know how he felt. This post about the gala carried an undercurrent of anger, with Davis implying that he was being undervalued despite his significant contributions to the sport.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break.
Crawford, on the other hand, seemed unbothered by Davis' complaints. When asked about the situation, he didn't hesitate to fire back, implying that Davis was bitter about missing out. This back and forth between the two fighters quickly escalated into a full-blown feud, with both men throwing jabs nigh in the ring.
I got a question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147?
147.
Shit, I tapped that chan. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know
he
he
ain't
is.
got no chance.
I already know he is.
You said no chance.
I got round 5.
Shit, I got round 6.
But through interviews and social media, for fans, it is like watching a fight unfold outside the ropes. As the verbal punches become increasingly personal, the situation took a heated turn when Davis decided to bring Crawford's family into the mix. In a heated moment during a live social media session, Davis made some disparaging remarks about Crawford's personal life. He referred to Crawford's family in an unflattering way, saying that Crawford has 8 kids and a 300 bits wife. These comments didn't sit well with fans or fellow fighters. Many saw this as crossing the line, turning what could have been a professional rivalry into something unnecessarily personal and ugly. Crawford responded with characteristic composure, but his words carried weight. He dismissed Davis' attempts to rile him up, stating that the focus should remain on boxing, not on irrelevant personal digs. Crawford emphasized that while rivalries are natural in the sport, there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, especially when it comes to family. His calm but firm response earned him praise from many within the boxing community, who saw it as a show of class in the face of provocation. If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your __ neck, and that's on my kids, and you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was the fight outside, I will break your neck. As if the tension between Davis and Crawford wasn't enough, Shakur Stevenson decided to step into the fray. Stevenson, a close ally of Crawford and one of the brightest young talents in boxing, wasn't about to let Davis' comments slide. He took to social media and interviews to defend Crawford, calling out Davis for his behavior. Stevenson didn't mince words, labeling Davis' actions as disrespectful and accusing him of stooping to a new low. For Stevenson, this wasn't just about loyalty to his friend, it was also about upholding a standard in the sport. I got a question for you, Tank. At 147, how does fight with you and Terence Crawford look? Damn, 147. I tapped that C. You know, going to sleep. I already know. He has got no chance. I already know he is. He said, no chance I had. I got round 5. __. I got round 6. He criticized Davis for dragging personal matters into their professional rivalry, stating that such behavior had no place in boxing. Stevenson's remarks resonated with fans who were already questioning Davis' approach to the feud, but Stevenson didn't stop there. His involvement added a new layer of complexity to the situation as he used the opportunity to highlight some of his own issues with Davis. Stevenson accused Davis of being unwilling to share the spotlight, suggesting that Davis felt threatened by other fighters' success. He pointed out that Davis often avoided fights that could challenge his position, opting instead for safer matchups. How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catchweight? Ain't no catchweight. You come up to 47, not even entertaining a catchweight. No, I'm not. He's a champ. Throw 2 undefeated. What champ? Come on, man. Tell me what bell you know boxing. You forgot Dean Haney is UND. Undisputed Dean Haney got all the belts. He the champ, nobody else the champ. I'm come up here where the big boys at all right. I'll welcome as the dust from this feud continues to settle. Attention has also shifted to Stevenson's broader ambitions, known for his precision and skill in the ring. Stevenson has his sights set on a massive 2025. In a recent interview, he outlined his goals, making it clear that he plans to fight 3 times in the year, an ambitious schedule for a fighter at his level. Among his targets are some of the biggest names in the lightweight division, including Floyd, Schofield, Vasyl Lomachenko, and of course Gervonta Davis. The potential fight between Stevenson and Davis is particularly interesting. Both are undefeated champions with impressive resumes, and their contrasting styles promise an explosive matchup. Gervonta Davis said he would stop Terence Crawford at 6 rounds. Man, what y'all think now? Everybody in they daddy want to fight Terence. They're not even in the same weight class. This conversation is pointless. Nah, Gervonta, sir, you need to fight Haney or Stevenson. But on a whole another level, what this is for Stevenson. This fight represents more than just another victory. It's an opportunity to prove himself against one of the sport's most recognizable stars. He's been vocal about his desire to face Davis, even calling it his dream fight. Davis, however, has been less enthusiastic about the prospect of facing Stevenson. In previous interviews, he's downplayed Stevenson's achievements, questioning whether Stevenson has done enough to deserve the fight. This dismissive attitude hasn't gone unnoticed, and it is only added to the tension between the two fighters. Let's just say we in a gunfight, right? Yeah. And I got a metal shield, and the opposite person got a glass shield. Okay. Chad Kumbu gonna come out on top, the guy with the metal shield. Okay. That's all for Stevenson. Davis' reluctance is a sign of fear, a sentiment he hasn't been shy about expressing. The buildup to a potential Stevenson-Davis showdown is already generating buzz, with fans and analysts speculating about how the fight might play out. Stevenson's technical prowess and defensive skills make him a formidable opponent, while Davis' power and aggression are his greatest assets. It's a classic clash of styles, and one that could define their legacies. Adding to the intrigue is the involvement of Turki Al-Sheikh, a prominent figure in the boxing world who has expressed interest in organizing major fights. Al-Sheikh has been vocal about his desire to bring Stevenson and Davis together for a unification bout, and his influence could be the key to making this fight a reality. However, Davis' recent criticisms of Al-Sheikh have cast doubt on whether such a collaboration is possible. Who have Shakur? What would have Shakur done? What would have he done in a sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. Who that the Keen looking way more better than this. I keep scamming named. He haven't even done nothing. While Stevenson remains hopeful, he's also pragmatic. He knows that the politics of boxing can often get in the way of big fights, and he's prepared for the possibility that the Davis matchup might not happen. Even so, he's determined to make 2025 a landmark year with or without Davis in the mix. Zappa's position as Stevenson's mandatory challenger has brought an intriguing dynamic to the lightweight division, but skepticism still lingers over whether this fight will truly happen. Stevenson has voiced his frustration with Zappa's lack of urgency in making the bout materialize. Despite being the WBC mandated contender, Zappa has not shown the kind of enthusiasm Stevenson expects from a fighter aiming for championship glory. Stevenson's remarks about Zappa running aren't just trash talk. They underline a growing trend in the division where challengers seem hesitant to step into the ring with him.